Welcome to the Daily Globe. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. The Philippines, a nation of over 7,000 islands, is on the verge of a historic economic leap. By 2033, it's projected to join the ranks of trillion-dollar economies, a transformation that will redefine its future and global standing. This isn't just about numbers, it's a story of ambition and resilience. Doubling its GDP from $400 billion to $1 trillion in under a decade signals a new era of prosperity, with the potential to lift millions out of poverty. As Asia-Pacific rises, the Philippines' growth adds fresh dynamism to the region, attracting investors and strengthening global supply chains. S&P Global forecasts per capita income to jump from $3,500 in 2022 to over $6,200 by 2030, propelling the country into upper-middle income status. A larger, wealthier middle class will drive demand for better goods, housing, healthcare, and financial services, fueling a virtuous cycle of growth. But this future isn't guaranteed. It demands strategic reforms and national commitment. In this video, we'll explore the engines powering the Philippines' ascent, from IT BPO to mineral wealth, and the challenges it must overcome. This is the story of a nation at a pivotal moment, striving to secure a prosperous future for generations to come. To understand the Philippines' ambition, we must look at its economic journey. Once Asia's rising star, the country lost ground due to political instability and mismanagement, earning the label "Sick Man of Asia." The 2000s brought reforms, liberalization, fiscal discipline, and a focus on foreign investment, sparking a slow but steady recovery. The rise of the BPO industry and remittances shifted the economy toward services, but left manufacturing underdeveloped. This service-led growth has been both a strength and a challenge, highlighting the need for a more balanced, inclusive economy. Today's drive toward a trillion-dollar economy is the result of decades spent correcting past mistakes and building resilience. The lessons of history now guide a renewed focus on infrastructure, anti-corruption, and policy stability. The COVID-19 pandemic hit the Philippines hard, with strict lockdowns crippling the economy and millions losing jobs. In 2020, GDP shrank by 9.5%. The worst since World War II. Yet, the nation's resilience shone through. As restrictions eased, the economy rebounded with 7.6% growth in 2022, the fastest in decades. This recovery was powered by surging domestic demand and a wave of revenge spending. Investments soared, and the government's Build Better More infrastructure push created jobs and boosted productivity. The central bank's careful monetary policy helped steer the recovery and manage inflation. The crisis accelerated digital transformation, with businesses and consumers embracing e-commerce and remote work. The IT BPO sector adapted quickly, further strengthening the economy's core. The Philippines' rebound has restored investor confidence and set a strong foundation for its trillion-dollar ambition. The Philippines' growth is driven by four powerful engines. First, its untapped mineral wealth, estimated at $1 trillion, positions the country as a key supplier for the global green energy transition. Second, a young growing population fuels robust domestic consumption, creating a stable market for goods and services. Rising incomes are expanding the middle class and boosting demand across retail, real estate, and finance. Third, the IT BPO sector has made the Philippines a global leader in business services, while remittances from overseas Filipino workers inject billions into the economy each year. These remittances support families, fund education, and drive grassroots entrepreneurship. Finally, tourism is rebounding, with investments in infrastructure and marketing transforming the country into a premier destination. New airports, resorts, and cruise ports are drawing visitors and boosting local economies. Together, these four sectors form a multi-cylinder engine propelling the Philippines toward its trillion-dollar goal. The synergy between them is creating unprecedented momentum for national growth. At the heart of the Philippines' economic surge is the IT BPO sector. What began as call centers has evolved into a sophisticated industry offering software development, analytics, animation, and more. Export revenues soared from $9.5 billion in 2010 to $32.5 billion in 2022, making the country a global business services hub. The sector employs over 1.5 million Filipinos, providing stable, well-paying jobs and fueling the rise of the middle class. The pandemic tested the industry's resilience, but rapid adoption of remote work ensured business continuity and job security. As global demand for digital services grows, the Philippines is poised to capture an even larger market share. The industry is now investing in upskilling, AI, cybersecurity, and advanced tech to move up the value chain. The goal: become a strategic innovation partner for global businesses, not just an outsourcing destination. The IT BPO sector is shaping the future of work and prosperity in the archipelago. Philippine tourism is experiencing a renaissance, with revenues surpassing pre-pandemic levels and projected to reach $29 billion by 2033. The country is diversifying beyond beaches, attracting adventure seekers, culture lovers, and cruise travelers. Prestigious awards and rising cruise arrivals highlight its growing global appeal. Massive investments in airports and hotels are preparing the country for a tourism boom. Domestic tourism is thriving, with nearly all Filipinos planning to travel locally, supporting communities nationwide. Events like FITEX connect local operators with global partners, generating billions in business leads. Technology is enhancing the visitor experience, from AI-powered itineraries to seamless booking platforms. Tourism is set to contribute nearly 6 trillion pesos to GDP in 2025, playing a pivotal role in the nation's economic ascent. The sector's synergy of natural beauty, investment, and innovation is powering a new golden age. Beyond high-tech and tourism, remittances and domestic consumption are the bedrock of the Philippine economy. Millions of Filipinos working abroad send home over $36 billion annually, providing a stable source of foreign currency and supporting families nationwide. These funds reach even remote provinces, funding essentials, education, and small businesses. Remittances drive inclusive growth, directly improving living standards for millions. Household consumption accounts for over 70% of GDP, making the economy resilient to global shocks. The reliable flow of remittances and a growing job market create a self-sustaining cycle of economic activity. As incomes rise, domestic demand will become even more sophisticated, opening new business opportunities. Remittances and consumption form the stable foundation for the country's dynamic growth sectors. The road to a trillion-dollar economy is not without obstacles. The manufacturing sector remains underdeveloped, limiting job creation and economic balance. Poverty and inequality persist. Over 18% of Filipinos still live below the poverty line, and inflation hits the vulnerable hardest. Ensuring growth benefits all citizens is both a moral and economic imperative. Governance challenges, corruption, policy instability, and shifting priorities can deter investment and slow progress. Building strong institutions and a predictable policy environment is essential for long-term growth. External risks, like global market slowdowns and trade deficits, add further complexity. Managing these vulnerabilities requires skilled, proactive economic leadership. Overcoming these headwinds will test the nation's resolve on its journey to 2033. The Philippines stands at a historic crossroads, with the trillion-dollar economy in sight by 2033. Achieving this vision demands focus on inflation control, infrastructure investment, and revitalizing manufacturing. Integrating into global supply chains and fostering innovation are key to accelerating growth. Investing in human capital, especially STEM education, will prepare the workforce for future opportunities. Strong leadership and good governance are crucial for policy continuity and investor confidence. Tackling corruption and promoting transparency will attract the high-quality investment needed for sustained growth. The journey to 2033 is a marathon, requiring collective commitment from government, business, and citizens. The Philippines' economic ascent is a story of resilience and potential, with a transformative destination ahead. The dawn of the trillion-dollar economy is on the horizon, an inspiring chapter in the nation's history.